I made my own clouds, flew by my pride. The ship falls away, night turns to day. Remember why? Fire consumes, ashes remain. Cannot breathe, cannot see, cannot breathe, cannot breathe, cannot see, cannot breathe. Cannot breathe. Cannot see. Cannot look in between. I cannot breathe, I can't see, I can't look in between. I cannot breathe, I can't see, I can't look in between.
Jag kan inte andas när jag ser hur du går iväg. Jag kan inte andas när jag ser hur du går iväg. Går iväg.
I cannot breathe,
Jag kan
cannot see,
inte
cannot breathe.
andas när jag
Cannot breathe,
jag kan
cannot see,
inte
cannot breathe.
när du går iväg.
Cannot see,
Du går iväg.
horizon's too high, it's dark on my side. I made my own clouds, flew by my pride. The ship falls away, night turns to day. Remember why? Fire consumes, ashes remain.
Du går iväg. Jag kan inte
Cannot breathe, I can't see, I can't look in between.
andas när jag ser hur
Cannot breathe, cannot see, cannot breathe. Cannot breathe,
jag kan
cannot see,
inte
cannot breathe.
när du går iväg.
Cannot see, cannot breathe.
När du går iväg.
Cannot see,
Du går iväg.
cannot look in between. I cannot breathe, I can't see, I can't look in between. I cannot breathe, I can't see, I can't look in between.
Jag kan inte andas när jag ser hur du går iväg. Jag kan inte
Action!
We're back.
Yeah. Hello. Welcome.
Big show.
Big show. This is a great show. It's a big show.
Congrats.
Thank you very much.
It's a nice shirt.
I know, right?
I was just looking at the long sleeve. It's like 90 degrees in San Diego. And I was
So
like,
hot
man, I would
here.
love to wear that. But
So we don't have air conditioning in here. And, we don't really need it. We could use it, but we don't need it.
yeah.
And it just ramps up the power bill. There's all sorts of reasons why you don't want it. But anyway, welcome to another amazing, fantastic Tuesday afternoon here in sunny San Diego. We've got an awesome show. This might be one of the best shows yet, as a matter of fact. Welcome, Alex Cooper. Welcome, everybody here.
These are my personal favorite shows, actually.
Oh, post-event shows.
Well, just because there's so much to talk about.
Yeah, there is. We've got obviously great big news.
Yeah.
We won, and if you think about this, out of the last 4 events, we collectively have won 3 of them.
That's impressive.
World Cup, bingo. Event 1, bango.
Yeah.
We'll not talk about event 2.
Yeah.
But whatever. And then event 3,
We're still holding strong.
bango.
Yeah.
So yeah, excellent.
And we stayed in first somehow, even with our bad performance. We're still hold the throne, but yeah, I don't know.
And Kevin Yantosh, you're close. It's not new chairs. We don't have new chairs. We just don't have our normal background.
Yeah.
Pretty much every time that we leave for an event, my fiance Camille decides to rearrange the house in a subtle way each time. So
It's like
one
spring
time,
cleaning every
yeah.
month.
One time I came home and my dresser was gone, and it was replaced with a much smaller one, and a lot of my clothing was missing, and some of it was in a bag to like Goodwill, but it was like there was like an old was it Paintball 2 Extreme shirt where I'm on,
Yeah.
that TV show. There was like an old Dynasty like memorabilia shirts. Those were going to Goodwill if I didn't catch them.
That was good the other day when we were like packing, getting ready to leave for the event. Camille's like, I can't find my shoes. And what did he say? I forgot what we both hit.
Check Kyle's. Or no, you can't find them. What did we say? It was funny. We both got her though.
She always takes my sandals.
They
and
they have the same size shoe.
Yeah. And so they're always gone. It's because we leave our shoes out on the porch. And I forgot what you said. You said like maybe ask Kyle. I don't know, but it was good. We hit her with
Yeah, we hit her with the
so,
1 2.
I was like, yeah, they're in my trunk.
Yeah.
Your heels, yeah.
So I want to thank everybody for everybody's continued support for the show. We've got, I know that a bunch of you guys asked me about Dynasty posters, and not only did I smuggle some signed Dynasty posters back, but a couple of you lucky, actually, I should grab a poster.
Yeah.
Can we grab one of those boxes. Actually, just grab the whole box, one of those boxes over there. Last night, last night I got home, and I got home bright and early in the morning, first flight out, and I went ahead and did some arts and crafts while watching the football game, and because we have these Dynasty posters, and they don't really make shipping tubes that are this size, and the only shipping tubes that I could find to put these posters in were like 3 foot long. You gotta put like a map or something like that, a map of the world that you hang up on your entire wall, like a 12-foot map in. But anyway, so I decided to do a little arts and crafts because I love making boxes out of other random pieces of cardboard. So that's what I did last night to make boxes for everybody. So I was really was just really in there just for you guys. And I'm going to award a couple of you guys some signed Dynasty posters. A couple of them were already shipped out today.
Nice.
Today was a busy day for me. Got a new phone because mine was broken. Someone shot it from the sidelines at a clinic of mine a couple months ago. And yeah. So that's what's going on. And we have a special guest today. I think you can guess who it is. He's extra special.
Extra special.
And we're gonna get him on the horn.
We had a great event.
Did you have a couple questions you wanted to jump into
first? First one. So Gene asked, did you get all your stuff back from the thief in the mail? I was tracking the package, and my flight was leaving at 10 a.m. on Wednesday before the event, and I was like, I bet it'll come in. So I switched it to 1 o'clock, my flight, and then I look at the tracking. It was like, your package was delivered but it's not the right address. So I didn't want to give this guy our house address, but I completely spaced on that it needs to go to a P.O. box. So
Well, hold on. Clarify that. He just put the post office's address in your name, right?
Yeah.
Kyle Spica at the San Diego post office.
Because this is a huge box, massive box.
Yeah.
And so I get a message like, return to sender. It's like, oh no. And this is like, I got it within like 10 minutes of it getting there. So I rushed over to the post office and I told them what happened. The lady's like, I just saw the package and it's literally going on the truck to go back to Sacramento. You're so lucky. So I told her the whole story and I got my stuff literally an hour before I had to fly out. So that was a win. And then Jonas said, when you get knocked out, do you really root for Dynasty to win? How do you feel about them winning? I guess, too, I'm pretty partial to Dynasty, so I always do root for them to win after. And I think a lot of the guys are the same way, for me, too, whenever, if they get knocked out, talking to those guys a lot. So definitely I would say so.
Yeah, I mean, if it were like Level and Impact in the finals, I'd probably be like, I kind of want Level to win.
Yeah.
I want Kyle to win.
Yeah.
But I kind of don't want Impact to win.
Yeah.
I definitely would obviously root for Impact over Heat.
Yeah.
I think most people would, as a matter of fact. But it depends on where you are. Also, you got to take into consideration in the series, which now is a tight race for the series.
Yeah.
Impact in first, Infamous in second, Dynasty in third, and then another 2 spaces behind that is Houston Heat. So if either one of the two of us make it into the finals with Heat, then either of us will win the series no matter what the outcome. If you guys and us make it into the finals, you automatically win the series.
Okay.
So there's a couple of crazy, wild series title implications coming up here.
Yep.
And yeah, so it's pretty exciting. One bummer is that we play Aftermath and Ironman at the next event, so that really puts a wrench in the gears for our practices.
You could just come up for both.
I know we could come up. Well, we texted Dave, so Dave, let us know if you want to play us again. Can't guarantee that we're not going to leave at noon on Sunday again, though. That was a bit of a bummer. Of a bummer,
especially after the first day fiasco.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got that going on, and I do actually want to get as far as a special guest in here. We got a special guest appearance by Fran Turbiantes, because Fran...
Oh, you got a video?
I got a video. To show
nice.
everybody. Fran ate the one chip challenge.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say spoiler alert, but he crushed it.
Yeah, that's amazing to me.
He was definitely playing tough guy, but we're gonna watch that video in a little bit also. And then I want to get I got one of the LVL guys lined up. He's not going to come on today, but probably next week's show, because LVL and NRG Elite. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And that's who donated.
Yeah, Justin.
Justin donated a dye shirt here for the show.
Oh,
and
there we go.
I believe he's gave us something in the past too.
Oh yes. Yeah, we got another thing from you said from Level about a while back that you said we donated it.
Yeah. It was.
Well, we're gonna get Justin. I wanted to get him on for this show, but then we won, so I want to get Alex on the show because Alex is actually going to be going on to PTG also today. So look for that for tomorrow. But we'll promote that a little bit.
I got to play the game shirt on perfect then.
Yep. That makes sense. It makes total sense. And I know that you guys all want to hear from him as well. So we'll get into that as well. And quick thank you to Mr. Alpha Dog.
Any of the semi-pro teams you have your eyes on? Do you know who won the
Blast Camp?
Blast Camp. Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say, because they won the Asher event, which was a mix between pros and semi-pros. So they're looking strong. They're definitely gonna be someone to watch out for coming into this next season, as long as they don't get picked. Some players get. I
doubt they will, because I think that a couple guys wanted to get Jackson Frey, a couple pro teams, and he said no.
Oh,
they're like, we want to finish the series, because they're the front runners for making it on getting a pro spot.
Yeah,
and I admire that. Obviously, wearing the Iron Kid shirt out of all things right now makes total sense, because we were very similar to that.
Yeah,
we didn't really. Well, Oliver bailed on us, and so did Yosh. But that's neither here nor there. Yosh came back, Oliver came back, so I wouldn't really call it bailing. Well,
speaking of people coming back, I saw another thing that was pretty impressive. Dalton posted on his Instagram,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a little stats thing, and it's funny because I didn't
Let's get
know
that.
the exact numbers, but we were talking about that
Mhm.
after the tournament too. How many, like he's
Dalton-
won like almost every event. He's come
Dalton's
back.
like a Mishka
Yeah.
or Fedorov,
Yeah.
right? So listen to this stat on Dalton Vanderbilt. Stat stack. The past 18 tournaments I've played, he's been in the finals 13 times. 8 first places and 5 second places. And he says, I'm lucky at the paintballs.
That's impressive.
That is incredibly, that is a huge stat.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like a machine gun. I'm just gonna try to get in as many as I can.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of tournaments, not a good win ratio.
This is someone made a good request here too, that you and I both go and play the game at the same time.
Yeah, that could be good.
Yeah.
That could be good. We could do that.
Yeah.
Talk about this show. We do
Yeah.
a little cross promotion.
Yeah, maybe some jokes.
We can tell jokes.
Yeah.
We gotta study some jokes.
Yeah, yeah. It can be like a battle almost.
Alex will tell us some jokes.
Yeah.
We'll just
We'll have to
ask
write it
Alex
down.
some good ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 3-legged chicken. That one's a good one. That one's a really good one. And then also, just because I know you guys want to know, we've got some epic giveaways. We've got a bunch of stuff that was donated. Alex Mott donated some Hormesis ornaments. We got Dalton Gilbert. He donated an Iron Kids jersey. Check this out. This was huge. He said Dalton messaged me last week because he won a little Instagram Spotify contest. He's like, hey, I have a brand new in the box Scintilla wrap. Can I donate that to the show? And I said, yeah.
That's cool packaging.
Yeah, this is really cool. Simple, easy, nice. So we've got a Scintilla wrap. Well, in the box, I open it up, and there is also an Iron Kids long sleeve.
Wow, that's impressive. That fit in this box.
No, it didn't come in this box. It came in that big box on the floor right there. And a coin dual coin. So, and Dalton is also the only other person to be a fine dueler. So he's got the fine dueler #1 head wrap. I've got fine dueler #2 headband.
What do you have to do to get those?
To get a fine dueler, you have to win 10 coin duel coins. So basically, if you were to collect 10 silver coins,
Yeah.
you show them all to
I'm a
Alex.
fine dealer.
And then you're a
Black
fine,
market.
yeah, you're a fine
Fine
dealer.
black-
It's also
black market dealer.
also to be
I see
known as
that?
the fine dealer, the fine dealer. So I've gotten about 13, 14, maybe 15 of those things. I've also gotten 2 black coins now and about 3 or 4 gold coins.
Do you know who that is on there? Or
That's
is that
Maddie.
a question? I thought so.
That's Maddie. Yeah. So this is actually #2. So this is the second edition.
It looks like Maddie's Greg Hastings profile picture.
I think it is.
Yeah.
This is a very iconic.
Whoa.
Anyway, that's Connor. So we've got a bunch of stuff to give away, and then we also have a profiler, white JT Proflex goggles that we're gonna be giving away. Those are gonna go to the Mega Support Status members. Not all of them. I'm gonna spin the wheel next week for the end of the month, and then I want to give some stuff away to the discounted merch perk members. I've got some more posters for you guys. So next week we're gonna be spinning lots of wheels with lots of big prizes, but we're gonna give one of these things away along with some posters and
that shirt.
another pair of pants. Oh yeah, we got
And
the
then I'm
GI
gonna
pants, the
Give
dye
these
shirt.
guys away, these mediums, because I didn't need them because the thief.
Oh, those are the
Fixes.
ones. Those are the ones you were gonna
Well,
wear. if
I
the
was
thief
gonna wear
didn't-
these,
Oh,
yeah, 'cause I
wow.
didn't have any
I so
pants.
wish the thief didn't send you his stuff back in time.
I like these pants. They're actually they're just too big for me because they're big on the ankles a
Baggy
little
red
bit.
boys.
So if you wear large or medium, these will be good for you. They're like the old Draxus pants that were just really simple, not a lot to them.
I have not.
really thin.
I've never worn those ones.
You saw them though, like what Strange used to wear in Trauma. Those,
Okay.
But they just had the red lining down the side,
Uh-huh,
and I think they made them in yellow for Miami Heat.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Sure. But let's get. I feel like those all look the same to me. All of them. They make so many different variations of those pants.
yeah,
You know, like like Mouse was wearing those like really tight ones. What are those? Are those GI pants?
Oh,
Those gray things?
so those are new GI joggers. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, like I said,
What day are you talking about? 'cause-
finals day. I want to
Okay,
say.
yeah, those are the.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Those ones look pretty cool. They
Yeah.
look kind of tight, but
Yeah.
they look really robust.
Yeah.
So anyway, Alex does have a schedule to stick to, so I do want to get him on the horn sooner rather than later. Why don't you grab a couple new books, and I'm gonna get him on the horn right now for you guys. Plug your ears because there are not enough decibels in this air horn that we're gonna get here. We did just take a look. We do have a picture. I saw this today on the internet. There he is. All right, hold on. We're getting some books.
These are two good books. You think this is enough?
A pair. No, that's a good one. Those are two.
And they're two cool books.
So here he is, Mr. Airhorn, right there. Alex, I really like this one. This was sent in today. Hold on, we need another book. All right.
Definitely need another book.
This was sent on one of the many memes that we saw that popped up today. It was Alex Fraige's a picture of Alex Fraige with all of his gear headed to the Chicago airport. So this is Alex Fraige walking through the airport terminal with his baggage. And this is a pretty funny picture that I saw. Looks just like you.
Yeah, it wasn't too far off. I mean, I went straight to the airport from the field, and it was actually getting to my flight was more challenging than the whole tournament. So sprinting through the airport, I was about to pass out when I finally got to the gate there.
Well, let's say a big, huge congratulations. This one it doesn't bounce. This book's too small.
Yeah, but that was a cool book.
We need another book.
Well, we need another one?
Well, yeah, because this is
okay.
not big enough. Well,
Do you want to tell everyone about that book?
the Strength Finder.
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
Do you remember how we got this?
Rusty made us buy them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Strength Finder 2001. No, Tyler didn't buy one either. Not like that has much relevance on anything right now, but I just wanted to point that out.
Is that right?
That's a good one. What book is this?
The Girls.
The Girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that yours or Camille's?
Probably not mine.
Hey, congrats. Good job, dude.
Thanks.
Dude, that's might have been the most impressive performance I've seen you play in a while.
Old dog, old tricks.
Old dog, old
You look like
tricks.
it was just like so organic too, and you're having fun. It wasn't like anything like super like technical in a way. Like, I don't know, I guess like if I was gonna say like a technical specialist, I'd be like, Chad George or something to the snake. But your performance is just like, you just look like you're flowing, just fluid, and like the timing, everything just came to you. Like you knew where to shoot at the right time, when to go, and I don't know, it just looked like you mastered the field in a really made it look effortless, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes there's a snake where you just need to be a bonehead to play it. And if you are smart enough to know that you should act like a bonehead, then you'll do good. So,
But I don't think it was all that. Like
no. But it was a snake where it's just like, it was scary to be in there, right?
Yeah.
So knowing that, you wanted the other guy to be more scared than you. And to do that, you apply the pressure first and just, you really, it's more of a one-on-one game happening.
Sure.
It's not, you just have to forget about what else is going on, and you just play a one-on-one game down there, and hopefully you get to pressure the guy before he pressures you.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks, man. That's a huge compliment coming from you. Yeah, all the folks that reached out to me, particularly other pro players, meant a lot to be acknowledged in that way. And definitely this tournament, I felt like I had a little bit of new life, and definitely felt powered up, and team played great behind me. And of course, Dalton, just having him out there, like you guys are mentioning, is like the Midas touch.
Yeah.
And Ryan was back there just putting it down every time, just existing and communicating. And most of the guys that I shot, they were already actually hit by Ryan. I was just bonus balling them, and it made me look really good. So thanks for that, Rin.
Yeah, anytime. I'll ride your shoulders to victory any day, Mr. Master Blaster.
So, one question I had for you. So I felt like the snake had a few different speeds. Obviously, there was like the bonehead, just go straight to the 50, try to get your 2 kills and get off. And then there was like the slow game where you're kind of counterattack. And then there was also knowing when to assist your teammates. Did you feel like there was a lot of elements to the snake, and including those bounce shots?
Yeah. So I mean, towards the end, I feel like the bounce shots, kind of were out of play. It was just, kind of this really more slower paced game. And I got to credit a lot to Skinny Kevin because he was very decisive on what he wanted to do. And he did some things in practice that were very out of the ordinary and were able to prepare us for, all kinds of situations. So, I mean, I wasn't really looking at it in a very technical way at all. I was just going in there trying to get into the snake and focus on my thing. And the pace obviously is dictated by the score and the time left in the game and how many bodies you have left alive in that moment and all those things. So we lose. If I look over and Marcelo's walking off, I'm like, okay, I better speed it up here and try to get us back in the game by getting 2 kills and evening it up, right? If we get G1 off the break and it's off the snake side, I want to control that real estate. So I want to find a way to get into a position to, keep them out of that side of the field or just chill out and try to melt them and shoot across the field because they're going to get desperate and try to make a move in the Doreets.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a lot of different philosophies on that. And I felt like Skinny really did a good job of just kind of letting us play loose. And I feel like, especially like you guys, very controlled, very precise, very meticulous. Aftermath is another team like that. That's I feel like very rigid in a lot of ways. And, I feel for you guys because, you get in there, Kyle, and you're extra rigid because you don't want to screw up because if you do, you don't get to play because Mouse is out there too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I felt loose because I didn't feel afraid of
the repercussions of
yeah.
if you got shot at one point, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just, I was, like you said, I was just kind of playing each point for fun.
Yeah.
And just, it was nice. I did felt young again.
Yeah,
Well,
you look like it.
Yeah, and you know what was great is, and it's funny, you always joke, you're like, hey, Keith Brown, let me get those legs. Like, let me borrow your legs.
Yeah.
This field was perfect for you also because, or just anybody who just isn't like a top speed guy, right?
Yeah.
Mouse and Keith are the fastest guys in the league, bar none. And then you got like Billy and Chad and you who are kind of right underneath there. And then you've got like another 100 or so people, and then you've got Alex. I
will agree with you. It's this field. You didn't need that balls out. Just like straight up speed to make it to the corner.
Right. You just
there was
need
ways to
get
get out there, even if or the snake. If a team was proficient at shooting it off the break, you could still find your way out there pretty quickly if you knew how to do it. So I agree. Getting to the snake is usually half the battle for me, and. Once I'm in there, I usually do okay. But yeah, I mean the whole that's a thing.
Yeah.
Real quick break. I want to give a big shout out to I believe
A
that's
legend.
Tyler Humphreys is in here.
I have a good
He
the trauma logo.
He says congratulations. He still loves or he's still our heroes and I love you too, Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of my idols of the
seeing
game.
him at ICC, and Trauma was definitely out of your camp, right, Kyle? So those
Yeah.
guys were all role models to you, and they actually went a whole year and never lost a tournament, which is like crazy to do at any level.
Yeah.
So one of the most epic performances ever by a team was Trauma. I think it was 2001. I can't remember, but either way, I mean, those guys, really had, I feel like, what it took to go pro and make a serious impact. But I don't know what happened with them, political and all kinds
they
of
were in there. They were in there.
Right, it was the NXL thing, and that
they were stuck in the NXL.
corner.
I was just talking to Marcelo about that. Like there was that whole stigma of if you signed with the NXL, you had to only play. You were only allowed to play the NXL, and then then their sponsors wouldn't let them play other things. And that was a big.
Right, like what if those guys played like NPPL and Huntington Beach and stuff against us? It would have changed the whole dynamic.
Yeah,
for sure. I believe that.
TM said 2002.
2002, yeah. Anyway, shout out to Trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, like I thought I really liked Alex because obviously I played with you and Mikey every point, one from one side and one from the other, and I was like. I just say, hey, what are you gonna do? And sometimes you're like, I'm gonna go straight to the ghetto. I'm gonna wrap around. And I'm gonna try to go to their side. And then Mikey would be like, yeah, I'm gonna try to go to their side. And then towards the especially in the finals, you're like, hey, I'm gonna go to Snake 2 and I'm gonna shoot inside and try to catch the guys filling out. So that whole your mentality kind of changed or pivoted based on what was going on, which, you know, a lot of people didn't really know what to do in those situations. They kind of like would play it by, you know, the seat of their pants and be like, I'm gonna go in here and just see what happens. You know, like let it play out. But you had a plan, right? And it was so funny because I watched the finals last night when I was finally home and relaxed, and I remember the one point where you're like, Ryan, you can go bunker these guys. Ryan, you can go bunker these guys.
Yeah, and you go like this.
And I was like, no, because I'm watching the time tick down. I knew it was kill 3. I knew there were 2 guys in the snake, but it's like there's no point. Just keep that, because you know that Ryan is going to blow the horn.
Yeah.
Like if their guys don't move or make moves on us, they're gonna blow the horn. So I want their guys.
You could have bunkered those guys, bro. I had a double set up for you.
Luckily, I didn't, because Billy was just sitting there looking inside. I was just wondering why he wasn't coming to get you. I'd be licking my chops any chance I get to bunker you. But no, it was really cool because, you know, just watching all that and just I would be kind of like panicking in that can because it really sucked. I'd be looking left, looking right. I'd lose you for a little bit, and then I'd make a big move, and I'm like, yes, we've got Alex, we've got kill 4. Where's the last guy? And you're already on their side of the field shooting everybody, so you knew. And so that happened a lot of times. I was just complete panic mode.
Yeah.
Or the guy's sitting in the 50 Dorito side rapping on us, and I'm panicking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, think I made a good move, and you're already behind him shooting him in the back. So.
Yeah, and a lot of that was just, you know, I had limited information, but you still throw the dice in there.
Yeah.
Like there's certain guys that play that want all the information, and you know, those are most of those guys I'm talking about are the elite players that are really great decision makers and guys that can read the field, and they want to know that it's a for sure thing when they make a move. And that's just not the way that I play sometimes. I say, okay, I know where 3 guys are, and one of the 3 is not looking at me, so I'm rolling the dice here.
Sure.
And I'm going to try to put one of them in or whatever. But yeah, in the end there, I knew, you know, Jesse was coming down those Doritos fast, and there was a chance to shoot him early in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, yeah, that definitely paid off shooting across there, which is something I didn't typically do most of the tournament. And that's a lesson I learned from Sergey when he played with us in Russia. And we played in this tournament over there, and Sergey from Heat wasn't on the Russian Legion at the time, so he played with us. And the whole tournament, he shot this one way from his spot, and he's like, I shoot straight, you know, every time. I shoot straight. And we were in matches where our backs were against the wall. We were about to get knocked out of the tournament, but still, I shoot straight. Very last match against the Russian Legion, he looks at us and goes, now I shoot cross. And you know, he had it set up know, in his mind. And I feel like, you know, you can do that as an individual, but also I feel like Kevin really did a good job of, you know, kind of breaking out of the box of comfort that we were in, saying, you know, with our regular game plans. And he did change them, which I felt like, you know, takes some balls, especially when the plan is working.
For sure. It's risky.
Yeah.
I mean, I came up, I think I said that to you guys after our practice on Sunday, after you guys beat up on us and you guys are looking good, you know, that for what has happened and all these changes and injuries on the roster, like you guys just from in my opinion, like a tactics and strategy aspect, you guys are really, really excelling in. And I think that, you know, contributes heavily on that World Cup win and then this win too. Because it's, I mean, you know, if we're honest, like on paper, you guys don't have like the most elite players, you know, but you are, in my opinion, like have some of the best strategy in the game right now, which is, it's really cool to, you know, to see that.
Yeah. And I can't give enough credit to, you know, the guys that buy into that what we're doing. And really, I mean, we have really good players at every position, you know, except for our Snake One guy, which has been like criticized for a while. And there's only a handful of guys that really are elite. You've got Mouse, who's I think the best, period. And then you've got you and Keith, and you're on Mouse's team. So, you know, and then you've got Chad George and Billy Bernaccia. Yeah. So, you know, those are like the guys, and there's 20 teams. So, you know, those are the guys. So I feel like, you know, Mike Urena is getting there. Like, he's going to be really good.
Yeah.
He's already improved dramatically. And he has that thing that you can't teach. That thing that I want to go get that guy, and I want to bunker him, and I want to, you know, I want to bring the pain.
Yeah.
And you start with that, which is that's the hardest part to teach, and then you kind of reel it back and you teach him how to control it, which Mouse is a master of, right? Like he's very disciplined, knows when to stay, knows when to go.
Yeah.
And when he goes, it's he hits you hard, and that's tough to do.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's the part of the field we're lacking on at the most. And having Dalton back, dude, I remember when I was on Dynasty, like late 2000s, early 2010s, playing against the Aftermath, I'd get down the snake and look up across the field. Here's my kill, and never get it on Dalton because he's ready for you to come up there. One of the hardest guys to shoot, and he's just an expert at what he does. And obviously, by the stat you said, the guy's got the Midas touch. So even if he doesn't play well in the finals, or it doesn't appear that he did, actually he did. It just he's not a real highlight type of guy. Well,
he drew a lot of the guns and the pressure over there because they weren't shooting us, and we started going short. We went into some of the stats, and Rusty helped us out a little bit, but statistically, players are better shooting with their right hands versus the left hand, and that's just straight up statistics that you can gather from watching enough games. So we went light on our left when they were shooting with their right hand. When Mikey was going, we'd only go to that god or that money bunker, whereas opposed to you would always, or for the most part, go to the snake or the corner. And so that limited our possibilities, our chances of getting shot off the break. And we talked about this, right?
Yeah.
You were running to the snake, you got shot off the break twice, but their guns were in their right hands.
Yeah.
So that you were running in the statistically more difficult side to make. And then you were kind of like, not punished, but kind of like, they took it out on you by not playing you anymore.
Yeah.
Well, there's another dynamic, though, on this field. And that was that middle tower was, bar none, the best shot to shoot the snake from, right?
Yes.
Right.
But after the breakout, the advantage of being at that tower was pretty limited. Like, it wasn't a great spot after the breakout.
Yeah.
Because if a guy crawls around low, you can't see him.
Yeah.
So if a guy goes to that tower, then you don't run to the snake.
Yeah.
So if their thing is, I'm going to go to this tower and shoot the snake guy, you don't run to the snake. He goes, he didn't run out there. I'm not going to the tower next time. And then you run to the snake.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's a gamble, but you can set it up the way you want. And honestly, on the scouting report, pretty much no teams that we played went to that tower until X Factor.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
we found like a lot of teams that we played went to that tower off the break.
Yeah,
and that's
we went there a whole lot, and we did a practice because we knew that was a spot that's going to shoot the snake.
Yeah,
and I said that shooting the snake.
I said that. I mean, I would watch your guys' match and neither you nor X Factor really utilize it that much in that match. I feel like, but that was something I think that really. I thought was going to be a big linchpin of determine of who was going to win the tournament.
Yeah.
If you're not getting shot there and you are having a high success rate of shooting the snake.
And Blake brought another element too that a lot of teams didn't have. That was kind of a wild card situation in the center. I mean, he was playing wild in there, and even if we lost a guy in one of the tapes, Blake could come up the middle and like eliminate a threat or even it out or throw a wrench in the gears. Like, he's just he's found a part of his game, I feel like, instead of just being like a Dorito specialist, he's now starting to see the field like a complete player. Yeah. And that's really helpful, especially because he's tall and, he can get those shots in off the break, play over the top of those big bricks, and, really proud of him.
Yeah, and what's funny is one thing I was watching is anytime that they didn't take the snake, every single player on X Factor was looking on the outsides, and that center is just so juicy and wide open. You know? And it's funny, like that's a good takeaway, for anybody who's kind of like struggling with their confidence in the middle of the field. There's a lot of failures to a lot of successes, but the successes are usually really big. And then we've talked about this before. It's like the A-Rod and the Oliver factor, right? You don't really remember every time that they fail 4 or 5 times to their 2 successes, right? Yeah. Or more, the odds are, but you fail more often a lot of times than you do succeed. But if you're able to watch back and you go, oh man, look at how wide open this is. Like, it's open a lot. Yeah. Then you start taking those chances, especially in practice, you're going to start paying off because Blake made a couple of moves and he got one guy, or maybe he didn't get anybody, or he traded out with Billy and Billy got a penalty. But a lot of times he took like 2 or 3 guys with him. Yeah. And if you're trading out one body at a time, and then every 3rd or 4th time you do it, you get 2 or 3 guys, those are great odds. Sure. And so it's just guys have to like, you have to have people just take those opportunities, those chances. I talked about this on BKI a lot. Is like, get up there and get uncomfortable and just try it out. It's okay to fail.
And a really
especially
great
practice.
way, a great way to practice this is, so we were playing coin duels at the end of our practice against Aftermath. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's play a coin duel. Come on, Troy, let's go right now. And called them out and played them, right? And those guys play the one, every guy played, I think I played Pinky, Troy, and Cody Chong and Joe Barrett. They all kind of played like they play in a game where they're like being careful, playing tight, but you're playing a one-on-one that really doesn't matter. And it's like, push the limits of your ability. So one of the times I just ran across the back line, running and shooting until I got shot, at the guy.
Yeah.
Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Another time I stayed in my bunker the whole time and never tucked in. Another time I baited left and then made a big move right, so you got to push those things in situations. That's what practice is for, and it's like sometimes it works. Sometimes something crazy you think that you would never do in a game works. I mean, look at Fedorov and Malloy and those type of guys. They're able to flow like that in a match.
Yeah.
So, and the reason that is because they push those boundaries enough times in practice to where they know, okay, this is how far I can push it. It might work, it might not. And then you have that in your quiver to use it in a certain situation.
Sure. It was even something to like go along with that was for the snake in particular. I was, how like when you would crawl around that Snake 2 cake, the can could like kind of shoot down in there. At practice, I would just always go through, even if someone's shooting there, and we even practice ourselves. And I knew Rab was gonna go shoot it, so I'm like, I'm just gonna test it. And I crawled through it every time in practice. And I think I got, out of like all 4 days of practice, I got shot maybe once. And then, obviously come tournament time, it wasn't really an issue. I think I got shot once in the tournament.
I mean, I really didn't see anybody get shot. Like, so teams were going to the tower and the can to like hold up the snake. It just wasn't happening.
No.
I mean, you could put paint in there and like scare the guy from crawling around. But again, I only got shot one time moving around in there, and that was by the center brick. I never got shot by those other guys. And on top of that, the two guys, the guy in the can, the guy in the tower, were the two most exposed guys.
Yeah.
Those guys died first, way before the snake guy many times.
Oh, or if you didn't want to crawl around and you just sat there for a second, let him shoot it, you had like 6 different spots you could shoot that guy.
Yeah, and I learned that because I played the can and the tower in practice, and I did in the tournament a little bit, and I was just like, this spot sucks.
Yeah.
You're in there shooting it into the snake, and the guy can pop out in 6 different spots and shoot you. It's frustrating. No,
yeah.
I mean, you did a good job playing that, Ryan. I mean,
I
it's
hated
like,
it. And there's like a bounce shot off that God bunker. It was all, that thing was all a pain, all bad.
So and it's good in practice to play that spot that you're going to be playing against the guy in, right? Like if you're a snake guy and you run to the snake every time in practice, you know how to do that, but you don't know what the other guy's feeling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've talked about that, like kind of rotating. Sometimes in practice we'll go, we'll rotate from left to right so everybody gets a chance to play all the positions. Well, speaking of being versatile and playing all those positions and stuff, let's talk about Revo real quick. They were down to, first of all, they had to play, anybody who had to play that, you guys included, had to play that morning prelim game and then come out of the wild card bracket. That was going to be, I mean, we were getting pretty gassed and we didn't even have the wild card bracket.
Yeah.
Because Sunday was the hottest day. Revo, they had Skeleton Crew as it was. I think, who was it? Someone got...
Frank.
Frank was gone.
Yep.
He's
Dan Zaleski got concussed and
he got concussed, broken shoulder, broken jaw. He had stitches on both sides of his lip.
And he's still playing.
He was still playing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because their guys, it's a lot of heart right there. And then Derulo was playing lights out in the can. He played the can probably the best out of anybody who had to play that damn thing.
And then Chris Shear, who also was playing the Dorito side for them as their attacker, he didn't play on Sunday, I think.
Yeah,
he got heated.
And that was, you're right. That's the real, I feel like, Cinderella story of the tournament. And they really, I feel like, conquered some of their demons by taking out you guys, because from the beginning of time, that group of people, since they were 187, has gotten pounded by Impact in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the stat is on that, but it was like, okay, Impact's playing 187. 187 will put up a good match. and then blow it, right? Like that's just the way that the world is.
And we were way up on them too. Like
yeah, so that's the story. I think you were up by 2 or 3.
yeah,
and,
2. I think it was 3. Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, I don't know the whole story of that match, but I mean, those guys to take out you and Heat, I mean, that's winning the tournament in itself in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, props to those guys for going deep in the tournament, and I feel like they just ran out of gas against X Factor.
Yeah, and then they came on after they beat you guys. They're gonna comeback win.
Yeah.
Then they went on to play Heat,
Who looked really strong.
Fedorov definitely did not have the performance that he had at the last event. I think Ryan Moorhead played awesome. Mishka played really well, and Tyler won. I think I saw Tyler win probably 3 2-on-1s and like a handful of 1-on-1s. Wow. Obviously. Or at least he drew 2 1-on-1 or 2 pair of 2-on-1s that I saw. But Revo, coming out of that was their 3rd match, and that was in the quarters.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
And they almost didn't make it out.
Yeah,
it was depending on our game against Damage to score.
So big props to Revo for playing with a skeleton crew and being able to I remember because we were sitting in the Heat pit. And I remember those guys, because they have a deep roster. I think they have 11 or 12 guys.
Yeah.
And I remember them saying, don't worry, they're getting tired. Don't call a timeout.
Yeah.
Rebel guys are getting tired. So.
Yeah, and that's the advantage that teams like, Impact and Heat have. I mean, they have, depth. They have 2 complete, I was joking with Impact guys at practice. I'm like, man, you guys should make 2 teams. You have, literally 2 all-star teams here.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it's to your detriment also because what does Dave do? I mean, not play Matt Jackson, not play Kyle Spica, not play. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, but I mean I think that might have been something that also kind of happened in that Revo match because we knew it was going to be a long day, so we knew we kind of had to have some strategy as far as utilizing rotating guys. So we went into that match and we got up a lot of points, and we actually did a switch going in our 3rd prelims game where Mouse and I started playing together, and we're getting a lot of production out of that, and we started the Revo match like that, and we're doing pretty well with it. That's how we went on a little run, and then I think we got to an area where we're like, well, we have a 3-point spread, there's 4.5 minutes left, let's start getting some other guys spins in. Not to say that there was it was any worse, but you have those guys rolling and they're in that flow and they're in that match and they understand kind of what's going on. And then once we did that and we lost a couple points, then we went back to Mouse and I believe I got shot off the break, and then at that point you're kind of I think as a coach too, you're like, well, what's the formula now? Because
yeah, but as a coach, if a guy gets shot off the break, you don't blame it on that guy.
Yeah, I mean, there was more to that also. I mean, I think there's a lot of different factors, So, but I think that definitely, played a part.
Yeah, I mean, I think that
whenever you want some more PT, you got my number.
Well, I didn't get sat in that match. I got shot the first 2 points I played against Revo. I played pretty much into the left. What?
Never a bead of sweat on your forehead the whole weekend.
Me?
Yeah, you.
That's just because I'm in good shape.
It could be a lot of resting up over there.
Yeah.
No, you're great, man. It's I feel really affirming to see guys like you, Mouse, Billy, Chad. The shit. Four out of the top 5 snake guys have all been, disciples. So it was good to go out there and show them that I could still play a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool.
I told Billy before the game, I'm like, all right, man, I'll see you in there. You bring the cream, I'll bring the sugar.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. Oh, I had a good question I saw someone asked here earlier. It was, what do you guys think was your hardest match? And if it was the X Factor match, then maybe pick another match also.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was the X Factor match.
Okay.
Might have been the infamous match.
A lot of people were saying that.
Or even the Diesel match. I mean, the Diesel guys were up on us 3-0, 4-0, something like that. That was tough.
And I will say, yeah, I mean, the way it broke out for us, like, I mean, the seas kind of parted as far as like, you know, our path to the finals. Yeah. And I feel like Factor, yeah, they made the finals, but their team didn't seem unified, right? They picked up 2 new guys that hadn't played with them, which they were leaning on. I feel like Rainey was like, I don't know if he was at 100%, but it didn't seem like he was.
He didn't play every point. I know that.
Yeah,
he might have just been not feeling like he was.
They seemed flat. Everything seemed quiet and flat out there.
Yeah,
it was strange. It was very weird. It was a very odd feeling in the air during those finals.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, they were playing great. Like Meter and Jesse were getting it done over there, and Archie plugging holes and handling it like always. But you know, I feel like their team just it didn't seem unified. And props to those guys, though, man. I mean, X Factor's a great team. Really like seeing them in there deep on Sunday. And, you know, I mean, I like seeing any team deep on Sunday other than you and Heat because you're the evil empire over there, you know? So, I mean, nothing guys on the team, you know.
Yeah.
And, of course, I mean, the Ironmen are just, you know, forget about it. Yeah, beat the first. We played the Ironman the first game of the tournament. I looked at my guys. I was like, "Hey, I don't care what happens from this point on. We beat the Ironman. I'm going home, Matt."
That's great.
Yeah.
I going back to what you were saying too about like being unified. I mean, I think that was something that kind of hurt us, and maybe you guys didn't feel like this. Or even like realize it because you guys were playing the field different as more of a collective unit versus a lot of the other teams. So like if we look at it, you know, he looked really strong, but they, you know, let's just say they got beat in a match that we'd all say they probably should have won. Before going to that match, we would thought that they won. X Factor, who maybe could have had a stronger match against you guys, our performance. I thought that because of like how there was 2 games going on, so you had like the 2 Dorito guys playing those 2 Dorito guys. If either one of those guys died, then you have the other team coming up that side of the field. It was similar on the Snake side, not as aggressive, I think, as that Dorito move. But so now, you know, as soon as there was 2 things in my eyes that if you had that back center guy staying there, he could bridge the communication across really well. Now, as that guy left and was up in the middle of the field, that dropped a little bit because he was so focused on making sure that he watched the Snake guy. He either didn't get shot by him or he might not be bridging the communication as much. And then you have another Snake guy, maybe when he gets to that 50 area, he's not really saying anything unless there's no other person in the Snake. So I think because of the way that broke down, you saw a lot of like big, open, amazing moves through those middle channels with the bricks on either side that people were like sleeping on. 1, because of communication, and 2, because I think people were so focused on their side of the field. It was kind of cool to see like when people would take those risks and make those middle moves, which happened a lot when people were down, like teams against a wall, and then people would kind of sleep on that move, and you would win points that you shouldn't win.
Yeah, definitely a lot of ways to come back on this field. There's like, you know, it was very lock it up. And to speak on what you were saying about being unified, yeah, it was like 2 separate games going on out there. However, in the finals, I looked at Dalton and Marcelo, and I said, hey, I'm going to Snake 2. You let the guy move to Dorito 2 because I'm going to be shooting there.
Yeah.
So I let him move early because that's when I'm going to get there, and I'm going to dump a pot or 2 over there. So let him move, and I'm going to shoot him.
Yeah.
So you know, that's a little nuanced connection that you can plan before the game. I mean, it's almost impossible to communicate with those guys during the game.
Yeah.
But you can say, hey, this is what I'm going to do from my side. So here's what you can do on your side to try to complement that, right? So I'm going to say, hey, look, I'm going to try to crawl right to the 50 Snake and shoot that can over there.
Yeah.
Right? So pressure that guy because I need his pack to stick in.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So count to 15 and then pressure him because that's when I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's the type of nuance that really can get you that early game kill that makes the difference between winning and losing a point.
Sure.
Yeah, and that's the really big takeaway on that is that individual or like that little bit of communication that you're going to have prior to the point to make sure, because otherwise if the coach says that and one of the people weren't listening, or if there's not just a constant reminder before the point starts and that dialogue right there, then there's a good chance you were shooting across the field and be like, dude, remember I told you, at the beginning of last point that I was going to be shooting across the field?
Yeah.
And it's a really good bait and setup, and especially so when we're up on points. Maybe we're up a point or two, and those guys are like, all right, well, I'm not going to continue to like waste time. I'm going to shoot a little bit across the field, and then they're going to make a move, and you are just waiting for that. And our guys that are playing in front of them are ready for it as well. It's a great setup, and this field did have big lanes that you could see through, and you couldn't always see everybody's bunkers, but you could see every lane moving into it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, having multiple guys that can play a spot, because giving the other team different looks. Like Mike played it totally different than me.
Right.
So I feel like that's gonna be a problematic for Archie or whoever's trying to deal with it there, and they're like, okay, this guy's doing one thing, the other guy's doing another thing. Now I got to think about that and figure it out. So and you have the same thing, you and Mouse. You guys are both great players, but play it differently. So
I want to go to their snake right away.
Yeah,
He's a little more.
You apply much more pressure than Mouse does.
Yeah.
But Mouse is a much more calculated player and really has that timing down and kind of lures you in and then stings you.
Yeah.
You're the other way. You're like a very assertive type of player.
Mm-hmm.
And finding the balance is the money.
Yeah. I mean, it was like that even when I was playing with you guys, and we'd always go to the snake, and I'm like, oh, their snake 4 is so good, and then Alex is like, no, snake 1 is where it's at. But it was good because then we had like Short, who I thought was a great mix of both, and so all three of us could talk about it and then figure out,
Yeah, that was a pretty true. And shout out to Short. He just ran a marathon in San Francisco, so good for him.
Dude, it was so funny in our group chat.
He said he cramped up on mile 18.
Yeah, he was.
Wait, he made it though, right? He finished.
Yeah. He said it was pretty rough. He's like, I don't know how there was like guys that are like 65 years old running in sandals and like drinking beers passing me, and I'm like struggling. But I think Scott Kemp said something pretty funny in our group chat. He's like, who do you think's more sore today, Alex or Short? Because he ran a marathon on the same day you guys had
Short
the tournament.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Short for sure.
Actually, I felt like, with just the life shit that I've had going on, I haven't really been in like prime mental and physical shape, like going into a tournament like this in a long time. And I got 2 full practices and was focused on the field, committed to the team. Like I really feel like,
You look like you're having fun too.
And that, yeah, I really did feel like I was having fun.
Because I've seen some practices too, like when you might. I don't ever feel like you keep your composure well. Like even if you are frustrated, you don't really show it.
He shows it to me.
Well, he does, but like sometimes I forget. And I know you don't even care about this, but we were having like this was before the last event, but I remember you came through the middle of the field and like a bunch of guys shot you like a ton, and I was like, dude, why out of everyone do you guys got to overshoot him? Like he's the nicest person on the team. Like, Blake, whatever, Mike Urino, whatever, Ryan, I get it. You deserve it a lot too.
Really?
So.
I don't overshoot anybody.
Yeah, but you just deserve it. I don't overshoot you, but if I was someone else, I would probably.
I'll take it. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And it's gonna overshoot you, so I don't take it personally.
No, I know you don't, but and after that, I think you took a few points off, and I see sometimes like maybe if you don't like you might have a little frustration, but I didn't see any of that from the tournament to the that practice. Even when you weren't playing, you were in the pits. You were that guy motivating the team, being that rock of boosting your guys, which was I think is a big part of it too.
Thanks, man. That's a big compliment. So before I go, Rin, I do have a surprise for you guys. So in celebration of our win, I think we're actually working on a project with Dynasty right now. Hormesis is,
really?
We're gonna bust something out probably early next year. And
we're gonna talk about. Okay, I know what we're talking about.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about the whole thing, but one of the things that's going to be involved in that project are some Hormesis Dynasty collab headbands, and in celebration of the win, I do have 5 of those headbands to donate to the show. So I'm gonna kick down 5 to you guys.
Oh wow!
And 5 to the Play the Game show.
Nice.
Oh wow! Can we see what they look like?
They're pretty dope. They're a Dynasty pattern, so they've got
sick
dragon heads hidden in there. At different angles, they've got a Hormesis tag, but it says Dynasty on it.
Wow! I didn't even see that at first.
And it's got they're pretty sick. So 5 of those to 5 lucky winners on the Spic Span Show, and you can figure out how you're going to give those out. But
should we do one a week, or should we do 5 right now, or what?
What you want to do is fine, but I just want to say I felt a tremendous amount of love and appreciation and support from the Dynasty faithful out there, and I feel like it deserves a little bit of kick down to our peeps. So thank you, everybody, and we really.
Chat is going crazy.
I don't take the moment for granted. I know we've been doing this for a long time, but now appreciate it more than ever because I know that it you may never make the finals again. It's just the way it is. It's hard. So yeah.
We were talking about that a little bit earlier today. How competitive everything's getting. Like same, even Levels performance was awesome too to watch.
Yeah.
And I do love. Those teams, and I'm a fan of those guys. Now I go to the tournaments and I boost them up. I say, hey man, you guys got it. You just you believe in yourself now. You can do it. So just keep pushing. Believe in your guys and get really good, and then the better teams will take your guys. So just keep getting good. But I do love seeing Level, Uprising, Thunder, NRG Elite. Those guys coming into their own, and that's although I don't want to lose to those guys. I do kind of like to see that because it reminds me of when we were coming up, coming up and beating the big boys. And that's what it takes. It takes not being starstruck and getting up there and cutting your teeth and saying, F that guy, I want to bunker him. I'm tired of getting bunkered by Mouse. I want to bunker him this time.
Yeah.
Right. So, those guys, I feel like kind of are playing a little bit with their chip on their shoulder now, and that's what it takes to break through the veil.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Well
said,
Alex. First of all, thank you for that inspiring little bit of time. But just, what you did this weekend was so awesome, and I'm so excited that. Not only for you to be playing like this, but just as I know there was a lot of emotions going on at the end of the day. But I hope you're feeling it from here on out, and just know that we all support you and everybody, no matter what team they're on, even if they're playing against you. I think everybody's supporting you.
Yeah.
Which is probably you're the best guy in paintball, bar none. For everything you've done for the sport, everything you're doing right now, for all the time that you spent. Over the years in the sport, and just everything you're doing to give back to the sport, and then this performance out here was so refreshing to see for everybody.
Yeah.
And it inspires a lot of people that like guys that are like the top guys.
Oh yeah, like Mouse and I were talking about.
They have no idea what hit them, right? And that's good because it's a breath of fresh air for them also, knowing that.
We can play for a while.
You guys can still play for a while.
Yeah.
It's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
We just need to get you some robotic legs so we can, or just if I could just start you in the snake every game, it's game over.
Jonas said that you guys actually need to be careful because Impact or Heat might pick Alex up now. So
I'm expensive.
The Fraige stock is up.
I actually
pay to play on Dynasty, so it's probably the best deal for any team.
Sounds like
but thanks, Ren. That means a lot. And really one of the most rewarding things for me is to see the guys that I've impacted, Kyle, Mouse, whoever it is, guys that have been on our team or not on our team that I've influenced in any positive way, succeed and build self-confidence and get out there, or just someone with a Hormesis headband on that believes in themselves and out there and grinding and having fun. So there's a couple teams like Tropic Thunder and, that Puerto Rican team that Nino Lopez is on. I mean, those guys are all suited up and, they believe, man. I mean, I don't know if they're the best players, but they're out there grinding and doing well. Yeah. So that's the deal.
Well, definitely the power of belief is huge, and that message that you and Oliver have created. It wasn't like you guys created it, but that you guys just really were proponents for, or are proponents for that matter. And the message that you guys put in every single and just everything that you do with Hormesis, and then obviously Coin Duel is it's easy to play as many one-on-ones as possible if you own this, if you are the bank, but it's important that guys do this because. You put it, I think this was glazed over really quickly, was how you played 5 different ways in playing one-on-ones. It's not like you don't care if you win or you lose. You're getting better every time. And so people
and you don't need a coin. You don't need a coin to do it. Go talk shit to your best friend and challenge him to a one-on-one.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Winner buys lunch, or loser buys lunch or whatever. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But I love that you're inspiring for a lot of people out there, especially, and this performance was huge for that. So obviously everything that you're doing is great. I'm glad to be along for the ride with you.
Ryan feels inspired too.
It's been a wild ride, and I did. After the match, I broke down because a lot of emotions. Just the way the tournament was going for us, and also the whole Marcus thing. Like I was really thinking that Chicago's his hometown, and I just talked to his dad, and he was out there, and a lot of good memories in Chicago with him. It's where we met, and his dad's got a bar there we all hang out at, and really a lot of inspiring moments from him, and I wanted to play like he would play, and that was without fear. Not afraid of getting the shit shot out of you, not afraid of getting a penalty, out there, being in the moment and putting on the grind. So that's just, and running through, right? I mean, man, the guy you'd put together this meticulous game plan, and then the horn would buzz, and Marcus would all of a sudden be in the back center, like pushing your other guys out of the way. And then you'd be like, dude, Marcus, what were you doing? He's like, I saw an opening to run through. I'm like, dude, 9 out of 10 times it would be a failure, but then the one time you'd go through and just annihilate, right? So, he was in my heart, and I feel like that was enough motivation for me.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that. Also, I'm going to be sending yours and Yosh's medals up as well. And one of these, along with my jerseys, actually. You gotta sign this, you and Yosh, and we're sending it to his dad.
Nice.
So I held one him, and he's getting one of my jerseys as well, because he was out there on Friday and Saturday watching us. So it was really great to see him. So these are going up there, and plus I'm not as good an artist as you, so I'd like you to draw a little cloud on there for me.
You got it.
Yeah, well, Alex, we got to work on those NFTs.
I got you. I need to go through my old digital files and see what I have for you.
I don't know if anybody in here is
Get the daily doodles.
Yeah.
Digitize the daily doodles. I want the Snoopy flying the doghouse.
I know there's got to be some people in here who would buy some.
If you guys go onto Alex Fraige's Instagram and scroll all the way down to the bottom and look at his daily doodles, he's got the Metroid guy, is a pretty good one. He's got Snoopy flying the doghouse, which is one of my favorites. And there's a couple. He used to draw a picture every day for a daily doodle, and then he got lazy and decided to do nothing instead all day, creating.
Yeah.
Raising 2 children, running Coin Duel, running Hormesis, and doing everything for Field 1, building the paintball guns.
Yep.
I want the drawings back.
All right, boys. Well, you guys are great, and can't thank you enough for having me on and letting me tell my story. And Rin, great playing. It's been an honor to do it for so long, and it's good to know we're just getting started. And Kyle, hopefully you'll be back one of these days.
Well, no, just judging from how long Kyle's got he's got at least another 10 years of playing. So we'll get him back on the squad again. And then for those of you guys, today, Alex is jumping on right from us. He's going to call Marcelo and Tyler, and he's jumping on Play the Game. So if you want an extended version of this conversation, except with probably a little bit better audio, you're going to get it on the Play the Game podcast that's probably being released tomorrow.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting conversation, considering I haven't really talked to Tyler since he left the team. So I don't know how that's going to go, but
be normal.
we will see.
All right, Al. Well, when you as you sign off here, I'm gonna put up your little 5-pack video. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in a few weeks. Maybe I'll see you this weekend. I might take the day off and come play a big
I
game.
will be at Decay of Nations this weekend. So if you're down in Southern California, head out to SC Village and join the party.
He'll be the one with the big winner's belt on.
Yeah, I'll be the one driving the tank.
All right, Alex. I'll see you guys later, and then everybody
All right,
else
boys.
stick around. We've got a lot more coming up for you in just a second.
Congrats,
20
Rick.
years,
Better luck
actually
next
over
time,
20
John.
years. Those guys were elite, and then now he's cutting people up. Here comes Fraige, he gets 1, he's gonna get 2, he's untouched, he's gonna get 3.
Got it.
Out for San Diego Dynasty.
Still got it, man.
Is there one player left alive
Yep.
on the D side? I don't think there is.
Yeah, he shoots him. Alex shot him back.
5-pack on that one. Now,
Kill-
for sure,
kill
he got
player.
3, and it looked absolutely.
They only shoot him once there.
Yeah, I think he just shot him once right there. 5-pack Fraige right there. Awesome. Wow. I haven't even seen those bands yet. I hadn't seen those.
No. Those are really cool.
So I'm pretty stoked on those. I mean, everything that Hormuz is doing is gold, obviously. These shirts are pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen the back of these, like the 99 World Tour. Or
Oh,
tour.
I saw Crandall wearing one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually these are cool. Obviously, they're bringing these things back to help fund the Iron Kids documentary. But it's got all the defunct sponsors. I don't know if you can see if we're on there.
Yeah, you're good.
We've got Diggers and Cap and Mare Island, and then actually Kevin Brettauer, that little Super K down here somewhere. Where is it? Oh wait, there's no sponsors on this one. Oh, the sponsors are on the other one. I haven't even seen the back of this.
Just signatures.
Those are just signatures. Never mind. On the back of this thing here, on the back of this right here has all of the defunct sponsors. Cap Factory, that's where Yoshi and I worked. Diggers right here was a cleat. Mare Island is Eric Crandall's paintball field that we all met at. Great American Paintballs is Alex Fraige's dad's company when he made paintballs. If anybody was able to shoot those, that was cool. Unique Pro Gear, these were like the best packs in the game.
Really?
Yeah, if anybody has a unique pack, those are something. Those are great. Paintball news before the internet was invented. You had to use you got like a newspaper, and then this is actually Kevin Brettauer's logo because he was like in web design when like it was in the late 90s.
Wow.
This is 1998 when we were
So Microsoft Paint, maybe?
Yeah. This is made on Microsoft Paint. And actually, Island Designs, James from Island Designs made these, and he made the first ones kind of like this, where the the silk screening was kind of direct to garment, and I was like, you need to make it kind of a little puffier, like the actual silk screen, like back when the silk screen they had to like run it a couple times through the machine.
Yeah.
So these are actually really cool. We're going to be giving this one away. We're going to give it away probably next week or the week after because we want to space out the gifts here because now we just added the Dynasty Hormesis band, and we're going to probably be giving away one of those a week at this point, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll save one for Christmas, a Christmas special. I know that you guys want to get after all these prizes. So that was really cool. And what Alex was talking about, we've got something really cool coming up here for Dynasty. Some sort of a membership program is what we're going to be getting into. And we're going to be letting you guys in on the scoop on all that stuff, but we've got a lot of cool stuff cooking for that. We're going to bring back the Winner's Circle, but we'll be announcing that limited edition sort of thing here very shortly within the coming months. So stay tuned for that. The Iron Kids jerseys, I think you can't get anymore. I think they only came with the Iron Kids drop, but I do believe he might be making a second run of those. Again, all the proceeds from the Iron Kids merchandise sales is going to fund the documentary, and they are sparing no expense on the documentary. We're trying to get it we're going big. It's going to be on Netflix. Well, I don't know, but that's the goal. Netflix, Amazon, that sort of stuff. So it's not going to be it's not going to be a Trauma Head Sports VHS.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Even though Trauma Heads are dope.
Yeah.
And if Marcelo or Tyler, you guys are still listening, you do need to get Danny Manning on the PTG. Danny Manning was the guy who narrated all of the Trauma Head Sports videos, like working Angel Fragoza, working the snake, and then Rodney Squires fills out to the back corner, and there he is, drilling down the tape. You guys, shout out to Trauma Head Sports. If you guys have not seen one of those, go back and watch those, relive those things. You can really hear the roll of the mechanical guns. That was funny. Let's see here. What else do we have on the agenda? That's right. Before we get into the giveaways, I want to thank everybody. We've got a tremendous amount of viewers right now. We are actually a couple of signups away from being at 300 members right now.
Whoa.
I believe we're like right around. We're at 299 members right now. We've got 299 current members. We're about to get to 300, and obviously, if we get to 300, we're going to give away both of the headbands, the Scintilla wrap and the Dynasty Hormesis wrap on this show. And then next week we've got some big giveaways as well. Right now, however, we were given by Noah, Mr. Icy FN on here on the chat. He gave us two those one chip challenge things to eat. Obviously, we didn't eat them prior to the event. Kyle's got a big test right after this show.
Big finance test.
A big finance test, and the last thing you want to do is be dealing with
whatever happens,
severe stomach pains and whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So Kyle is going to sit out eating that. I'm not going to eat it without him, obviously.
So next week.
So next week we're going to eat some terrible stuff because it'll be the end of September, and why not? We also have that delicious cheese. So maybe we'll eat the chip challenge. But for your guys' viewing pleasure, I want to go ahead and give you a quick little break from us and introduce you, if you don't know, to Fran. Fran is the Ironman's assistant coach / pit manager / pit boss, and he is basically the Ironman's manager to a certain extent. He is also the gateway to Nikki. I know we want to get Nikki on here and do an interview for Ironman's coach. But Fran also runs Victory Paintball Park, and he ate the one chip challenge. If you guys have ever Googled this and seen this on YouTube, Kyle did a lot of looking searching on this one, and we're gonna watch Fran eat this right now, and then next week you'll probably watch us eat it, realistically. And it's not going to go as smoothly as this. All right, guys. Well, thank you, Noah, for sending us, Kyle and I, these two one-chip challenge packy chips. Fran, he eats spicy things, and he's been talking a big game for a while. And obviously, we want to see people eat this. So, Fran, from the Ironman, you can see the vest on. Yep. Also from Victory Sports Park. He is also the key and gateway to get Nikki on the show. So, he's going to eat the packy one-chip challenge. So this is, as a lot of you guys know, we're taking the Eating Terrible Things challenge on the road now. Wow. There it is. Look at that thing. That looks like a hellish Dorito. Probably got this later. Big fight. Let me get a high five right away for that.
I'm gonna be sweating probably.
I've seen a lot of people do these online because I'm really worried about eating it, especially Kyle. Actually, Kyle brought a lot of the videos up, but pretty good. No, shut up. It's not hot at all? Hot. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. His voice cracked a little bit.
I can normally tell when my head starts heat starts coming up, but it hasn't happened yet.
You got a little bit of sweat right here.
All right,
it's
running
just hot.
around.
It's just hot. It's just hot.
Hot.
So, what do you do with Ironman?
I am the manager.
Okay, the manager. All right.
Okay, when you swallow it, you start to feel the heat.
Dude, Fran, the respect level for Fran just elevates substantially.
Yeah.
What you do is eat hot. That's it.
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, you get this.
You should try one.
I know. Yeah, I have one more at home. You guys can watch us eat it. We might even eat it on the show. I'm showing this. Kyle split ours because we're way bigger wuss, but you already knew that.
No.
Yeah. Nothing.
There's a little tingle.
Oh, dude.
Give me my belt.
Yeah, baby.
My belt with my vest.
Dude, we need to get that thing ironed on there immediately. Destroy. You're the destroyer. Nothing. It's pretty good if you eat that with like a bowl of chicken.
No.
It's not even. Dude, Fran, I'll tell you what, man.
Hey, I grew up fucking eating hot sauce.
When you said, I'll eat one of those gumballs, because we could barely even eat the gumballs, he said, I'll eat one of those gumballs, just bring them, and you guys are wusses. He says I'm a wuss a lot, actually.
We all know.
But we were going to bring him those things, and I was like, what about this? He goes, whatever, I'll eat it. No biggie. I just don't want to eat it before the game, just in case.
Yep. So we went 3-1. So
Yeah, congrats on
yeah,
that.
the rest of the day is good to eat more.
The rest of the day is fucking A, man.
Yeah.
You ate it like
Thanks, Ryan. You're welcome. Thank you. Wow. All right, so
I can't believe that.
yeah, that because so Kyle and I watched as soon as we unwrapped those things. Kyle was like last week just video after video after video after video going, I'm not eating this thing, dude. You're crazy. And there Kyle is now going, how is that possible? I was thinking the same thing when I was watching him. You saw my reaction. Like I was expecting Fran to be like, okay, it's hot. Now
I know Fran pretty well too, and I'm like watching him. Like, is his mouth like moving weird? Is he sweating? And he seemed to handle that like it was a regular chip.
Yeah, and
like a spicy nacho Dorito.
So he stood there. We chatted for a little bit. We turned off the camera, and he's like, "All right, cool. Well, sweet. I'm over it." You know, and he wasn't. He took his hat off. There was no beads of sweat. There was maybe a couple little ones like just beginning to form.
Yeah.
I did see him like he walked over and he started drinking some water, and he's kind of. I think he was like, "Oh, that's pretty hot."
Yeah.
And then I saw him like another 5 minutes later, and he was like kind of raking up because he loves to rake. And he was cleaning up the pits. I was like, "Dude, are you messing with me or like what's going on?" He's like, "No, it's pretty spicy. I mean, I'm feeling it right now. It's pretty spicy, but eh." And I texted him like at the end of the day, and I was like, "Okay, no shit. What's going on? Like,
Yeah.
are you all right? You okay? Like, I wanted to see, like, are you okay?" Because I expected something. And he goes, "Next time, bring some dip." And I was like,
God.
holy.
That's wild.
Just for some reference, go and Google or go on. Well, you guys are already on YouTube. Go check out the One Chip Challenge, and go and watch the One Chip Challenge. And anyone you watch, no one handles it like that.
Yeah.
There was not a single one that we watched where everybody's like, "Oh, that was no problem." Even the guy that does the hot wing eating contest, the hot ones,
Yeah.
he was like, "This is hellish."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's bravo.
Pretty impressive.
That was incredibly impressive, I would say.
I was actually showing. I showed one of those videos to J-Rav, and he's like, and he didn't think it was as funny as me, and I was like, well, I guess you have to like see what we do on the show. So I showed him all those the small videos. Like every single one we watch him, he got a kick out of it. He
He's
was
dying.
Yeah. He
Like,
was
what do you guys think? I can
Yeah,
see Jared.
yeah.
What are you guys
Yeah.
thinking?
Yeah.
Like that's how J-Rab talks.
Yeah, and he
How
was
could
like,
you
the
do
spicy stuff's not even that bad to me, but I can't believe you guys ate those eggs. And then he's just like, he was getting a kick out of it.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. So yeah, Seth Martin, you're right. We passed 300, but 304 members. So I'm gonna give you guys a huge thank you and
Going. All right.
Whoops, that's not the right one. Let me turn that off. I pushed the space bar. I meant to push the air horn button.
Thank you.
So yeah, I wanted to give you guys all a special thanks, and obviously thank Alex for his donation and for winning us the tournament last weekend, and we've got a couple of other cool announcements. We're gonna be doing another charity raffle. We've got those i3s still in the box that are gonna be coming back. And I'm going to set up another one. We just sent in a $425 donation to St. Jude's, and that was thanks to Joe Pike and the white Proflexes that we donated about 2.5 or 3 weeks ago from Joe Pike. And then we've got the IR3s being donated by Kevin Glasscock, and I'm going to try to get a couple of other little things and create a little special donation page, and we're just going to raise some more money for charity. Why not? We love that. And that's the right thing to do. Upcoming events, Alex Fraige is going to be at this weekend. He's going to be at Decay of Nations. You are going to be going to Paintball Fit, correct?
Yep, to a tournament in Dallas at Paintball Fit. It's called the Champions Cup. It's a pretty cool concept. So basically, you get it's a D4 tournament, but you get one pro player of your choice. So I know
Dude,
myself,
that is epic.
Matt Jackson, Meter Ninos, and I believe there's a couple other guys. I'm not sure, but we're all playing it, and I'm actually pretty stoked because the team that I'm playing with has won the last 4 NXL tournaments in a row. So pretty stoked on that. And I think it's going to be a great time. It's just one day, Sunday. So if you're in the area, you should definitely go by and check out the tournament because there'll be some pros out there playing. I think it should be a good time.
And then I will be coaching my boys. I see you in there, Earl. We're going to be doing a Savage practice this weekend, gearing up for the WCPPL. That's next weekend. Excuse me. Then the following weekend, October 9th and 10th, I will be back in Chicago at Paintball Explosion for their annual Clowns vs. Zombies. I think this is like the 7th or 8th year in a row that I've been at that event. So TJ and Romeo throw an epic big game, and I'm going to be talking about this every weekend from here on out, that you guys, doesn't matter if you play tournaments or not, you have to go play these. I think your communication gets a huge boost when you're playing in the woods or wherever it is, because there's so much stuff that you have to describe when you're trying to give some information to a total stranger. So those are huge, and I know a lot of you guys out there do play big games and things like that. So if you're in the area, the Chicago or the Midwest area, I will be at Clowns vs. Zombies on the 8th and 9th. And then Black Friday and Thanksgiving weekend, I'm going to be out at Giant Party Sports. Big sale at Giant Party Sports. And then I'm going to be doing a clinic on the Saturday. And then Sunday is an open play fun day. I believe that's like November 27th, somewhere in there. 26th, 7th, 8th, somewhere in there. It's the weekend of Thanksgiving. So that's where we're going to be. Now, giveaways. Coin dual coin. A small HK pants. I just gotta say the disclaimer that they are smalls. So I hope that they fit. If they don't, give them to a kid at your local paintball field. Pay it forward. Do whatever you want. But David, we're not gonna eat the Death Nut 3.0 challenge. But come back to us in like a month or two, and we might change our minds. That's usually how we were like. What are those animals that forget all the time? Goldfish.
Yeah.
We're like goldfish. A little smaller.
Chimpanzees, I think.
All right.
Bad memory.
And Alex Mott, yes, the ornaments did make it. They're here somewhere. I wanted to show them off, but I put them somewhere. Oh, they're right there, underneath the abacus. So we've got a couple. Actually, we'll just throw one of these things into the giveaway today also, just because the holidays are coming. And I'm thinking maybe for, what do we got? What's on me? Termite?
No.
What is it?
How did I just hit that thing and flew? It's a mosquito.
Was there a mosquito in the
It
house?
was a huge mosquito.
That's why I've got these bumps on my arm.
You probably did. That thing was massive.
Well, we've got mosquitoes. So we have screens on our doors and windows, but we also have a 2.5-year-old and now 2 dogs. So the screens don't stay on the door. Sloan just rips them off and walks through like the dogs do. Anyway, we're going to throw one of these things in. Kyle and I will sign this thing, and you guys can hang it on your holiday tree. Okay, your holiday tree.
If we make it, that mosquito definitely looked like it had West Nile.
We might have West Nile. Or Zika.
Zika, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't want to get bit by that thing.
And Michael Cruz, the dog, the kid, the wife, both dogs, the kid and the wife, are actually up in Green Valley Lake at our little cabin, getting a little R&R. I'm actually heading up there tonight after this. And then, so let's put the ornament. Yeah, got it in here. Thank you, Alex, for making these things. And what do you guys think, Mega members? Would you guys want one of these things for the holidays? Maybe get a Spic and Span version? A little, maybe a Spic and Span, like a little metallic one or something like that. So we're gonna do something like that. Mosquitoes, yeah. Actually, we usually don't have a lot of mosquitoes, but we do have a lot of standing water in the backyard because we're taking care of these other 2 dogs. Like a dog daycare here.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Everybody who is a member, again, thank you guys. I want to thank anybody, even if you're not a member. We thank you guys all for your support. And next week we've got some huge giveaways for end of the month giveaways for all of our top tier members and even the discounted merch perk members. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump over to the wheel of names. And Mega members, you're gonna have your own wheel next week. Just don't forget that. Oh, do we want to give these? What do we want to give these ones to?
We could either do this show or next show. It's up to you.
Let's do these next show.
All right.
Yeah, because we've got all this for this show.
Yeah.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can throw them in. Oh, the dye shirt. We got the dye shirt too.
Yeah.
And the dye.
Justin from Level.
And we're gonna probably get we'll get them up on the show next week as well.
Perfect.
Those of you guys who want to sign up, you got to be subscribed to the channel. Click the join button, and then I throw you up onto this wheel right here. So we are about to spin this wheel. First prize is going to be a coin duel coin. Make sure if you guys sign up that I have your address. The first winner is going to be David Wilmette, active in the chat. We met. Alrighty, next spin for a pair of small HK pants is Easy Killfeed. Mr. Easy Killfeed, I do not think that I have your address, so make sure I have that. Also, everybody who just signed up for the Mega Support Status membership, new posters are being made right now. Thank you, Island Designs, for the print job. Maui Rockstar is getting the poster. Getting a Dynasty poster sent out to the islands, my man. Next one is going to be an ornament, a Hormesis ornament. You'll be the first one to get one of these. Actually, 2 other Hormesis ornaments have been sent out to 2 special guests as well.
So this is the correct order of operations. You have to subscribe to the show, and then you join and pick your membership, correct?
Correct.
So Austin, I see you asking about joining. If you're trying to do it on your cell phone, I believe that's what may be giving you some trouble.
Let me see.
If you're looking at it through Safari versus on the YouTube app, that might also give you some issues as well. So I don't know if that's one of those.
We did just get Travis Baker. Welcome to the squad, Mr. Travis. Let me put you on the list right here, my man.
David, you can just message us on social media.
Yeah, David Wilmette. Just shoot me a message on Instagram works, Facebook. It's gonna take me a minute because my you guys can email me. It's just Ryan@RyanGreenspan.com. You can text Kyle at 7. Just kidding. All right, we got Travis on here. Let me go back to the wheel. So now we're gonna ramp things up. We're gonna go to. I see this mosquito.
Oh, there it is.
Get him. Let's get him.
He's over there.
Where's it?
He's on your stomach.
Is he really?
Oh, he's over there now.
Get him. Oh, I hit him. I felt it.
I hit it already too, and it didn't do anything.
Dude.
You see how big that thing was?
Yeah, I felt it on my hand. It was like I hit a fly.
I hit it on you, and it flew away.
Dan McEldowney. Yes, everybody that is on the list. If you guys are a current subscriber to the channel, you are on the list. And I can always double check that by doing the old control.
Juggernaut mosquito.
Yep, you are on the list right there. So yeah, if you guys are unsure, I can always search your name, but I've got a cool system now on getting all names every single week, new names on there. So if your membership is just renewed, unsubscribed, or you just joined, I've got it all here. We've got this big system on the screens. We're pretty high tech out here. So I'm gonna jump over to question for you. What's your favorite player that you've ever been a teammate with? Kyle, do you want to answer Jake from NorCal's question? And I'll jump over to the second screen here and go spin the wheel for Die Shirt, and then we've got 2 Dynasty bands. Or sorry, 2 bands.
That's a tough one. I think as far as knowledge and teaching me about the game, man, that's really tough. There's 3 of them. About my game, I'd have to go with Short.
Ooh, yeah.
Like best friend for fun, and we speak the same language. I would probably say it was Dalton actually. So maybe,
yeah, that's a good. Yeah, Dalton's a great teammate.
Yeah, and then definitely Mouse is high up there, and I would say he's my.
Damn, none of us made it, huh?
Short made it.
Okay. Is there a website for Tigerwear?
It's currently being worked on right now, and actually, I was gonna not say this till next show because it's for sure on it, but the release date should be October 1st. So I'll let you guys know for sure next week. And over the next few days and into next week, we'll start announcing more of that via my social media or Mouse's social media. And if you're not already, get on to at Tigerwear Co. Instagram, and I'll put it in the chat. So
actually, Jake from NorCal's question was, who's your favorite player that you have never been a teammate with?
Oh.
Wow. Well, I've been with teammate with so many people. I don't know. So it's nearly. I haven't been a teammate of Mishka. I'd like Mishka. I'd say Mishka would maybe be my guy. Mishka would be a good teammate that I've never been on. He's super solid, really good, and he seems kind of funny. Keith Brown would be a good one.
Yeah.
Because he seems pretty chill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's tough.
I played with a lot of people.
I feel like I want to say someone on X Factor, but
right.
I was gonna
I've
say
never been Meter's
I was gonna say
I would love
Meter,
to be
but Meter played on the Ironman
okay
for a little bit.
okay.
Wait, actually, I don't think I was on the Ironman when Meter was on the Ironman. I was on your guys' team.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sloviak. Sloviak would be a pretty fun.
Yeah.
One. Yeah. He's a great guy. Have I played on a team with him? Probably like just the USA squad or something like that. That doesn't count though.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll keep thinking about that. We'll keep thinking about that. So okay.
I've played with a lot of the Russians on RKS, so I can't pick any of them.
William Aguilar asked, "Will the mega supporters get first cracks at the bands?" There is a community forum here where I can send a code just to them, if you want.
Okay.
We'll think about that.
Yeah.
When you're gonna have a website up and a release date next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Stay tuned for that.
What
okay.
we might do is maybe give like a time frame where we're gonna open it up to the public, and it'll be like during the show, and I'll let you guys know. Like
there you go. That's
if you guys are live first, I'll let you guys know when it's open, so you guys can get the first crack at it.
Yeah. Or you can launch the page.
Yeah.
At like 6 p.m. But you can give the link to the mega members.
Mm-hmm.
Or what Alex does is he'll give a discount code, so you'll link them for $1,000, but you enter the discount code and it gets it for 88% off or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
I don't like that discount code thing though, because if they accidentally buy it, I talked to.
Was it Mr. Dahl? Was it Chris Dahl?
Well, so if Alex, for every one of those that gets bought that he has a refund, he has to pay.
Yes.
So I liked how he did the password. Mm-hmm. So you need a password to get into.
Yep, that works.
Site.
All right, guys. So right now I'm gonna jump over to the wheel. We've got a Hormesis Scintilla wrap that we're gonna give away. We've got the dye shirt, and then finally that you're gonna be the first one to ever have that Dynasty band. You'll be probably the third or fourth person to ever see that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So Dalton Gilbert, you grab that Hormesis band right there. I want to say a big thank you to you, and then yeah, you might need a computer. So this is the Scintilla wrap. It's brand new. It hasn't even. It's the Yoda cape, the Duke Yoda cape. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, let me go over.
You might have seen Oliver in a river throwing these up in the air on the Instagram.
Wrapped around his hand. Okay, Here we go. This is going to be for the Scintilla wrap. Oop, there we go. And we are spinning the wheel.
There's a lot of names on there.
Uh-huh. And that is going to Mr. Duke Robert. Booyah!
Congrats.
Duke, congrats. Okay, next one is for the dye t-shirt. Donated from LBL. Mr. Politi, thank you very much. Chris Hudson, congratulations. And last but not least, here's your first crack at the Dynasty Signature Series Hormesis collab, going to, looks like Ryan Bailey.
First seen today.
Ryan Bailey.
Congrats.
Yeah, boy.
That's huge.
Awesome. Oh, let's turn the second monitor off. Yeah. Congratulations, guys. I'm going to give you an air horn right now. This show was epic. Again, if you guys want to hear a little bit more about Alex's story, it's definitely going to be a fun show to listen to the Play the Game podcast next. If you guys are listening to us on Spotify, thank you very much. If you are watching this show later in the week, drop a comment down below if you'd like to see anybody special on the show. We're really dialing that in. If you guys have any special questions, obviously this show is spawned as a Q&A session. So we do want to get to your questions. And then everybody who is a Mega Support Status member, we are working on new posters for you. So
and those are always great.
Yeah, they're pretty
Some
cool.
of the best posters.
So Kyle keeps one of each poster also.
Yeah.
So I want to thank all you guys very much for your support all over the place. And yeah.
And
you
hit
guys
that like button on the way out.
Hit the like button on the way out. Share it. Do whatever you need to do. And we will see you guys next week, Tuesday, same time, same place, with some epic giveaways, an amazing, amazing show. So again,
All right, everyone.
Yeah,
We
thank
appreciate
guys.
you. Thank you.
And